It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And good morning to you. Here we are on Monday. Everything's melting all around us. Everything's soaking wet. My yard, driveway. Although you saw me pile up all the snow on Sarah's side.
Yes, such a gentleman.
She wasn't here to use it. But it's all gone now. I think it's all gone now. So
it's getting there. And the kids are going back to school. Thank you, Lord.
Isn't that great? That's what everybody is most excited about. People have never been so excited for a Monday in all their lives.
No, except for today.
All right. Diana Tyndall, as you see here, is with me again from Modern Day Marketing. Thank you, Diana. And while Sarah's away, we'll do some news. 9-year-old boy in Willard is recovering after apparently shooting himself in the hand. Police say the boy somehow got into a locked gun and was then able to accidentally fire the gun into his palm. He was taken to the hospital. Police say it is just an accident. They are not looking at any criminal charges.
Well, thank goodness. That could have gone real wrong.
Could have been much worse. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, starting today, a section of Campbell near Jordan Valley Creek is closed. There are detour signs there. It's part of the plan to unearth the underground creek and recreate green space around it. It's going to be beautiful, I'm sure, when it's done, but there's going to be more road closures to come. So pay attention to that downtown area as they're developing that. And meanwhile, a meeting about another big road project in Springfield has been rescheduled. Winter weather obviously postponed a planned meeting about the project to replace the Sunshine Street Bridge over the railroad tracks. So if you're coming from Republic, that may impact you in the future. But now the meeting will take place on March 13th at the Botanical Center in Springfield. That's just 4 days before the work on the project begins. So if that's going to impact you, you might show up. That construction will shut down that part of Sunshine for about 4 months. So again, if you're coming into Springfield from Republic, plan a reroute.
Yeah, that is such a busy road, man. Sunshine Street. Sunshine Street, by the way, is not that you asked, but I was on it yesterday.
I was wondering, actually. Tell me.
I told my daughter, the only one that stuck with me, while Sarah has the other two. I said, I hate Sunshine Street. I shouldn't say the word hate in front of my daughter, but I did, and I feel bad about it.
That's strong feelings.
It's the street I dislike the most. I feel like Sunshine Street does not properly flow.
I feel like it flows fine, Ethan. I mean, in my opinion, I'm on it all the time, and maybe you're not on it as much.
No, every time I'm on it, I'm sitting there, and the light is green, and I'm sitting there.
Well,
I would much prefer, just any other road.
Well, I prefer the back roads too, but I feel like Sunshine still has a pretty good flow to it. I feel like it gets more congested as you get closer to Glenstone, like where the hospitals are in Glenstone, but where this construction is.
National?
Well,
when you get to National, it's always backed up.
That does get more traffic.
I drive National a lot, and I seem to flow there. It seems like the greens. I just if I get one green, then I'm green all the way. But that's never happened with Sunshine.
So it's mostly the light timing, the stoplight timing for you on Sunshine?
It is much more congested.
Okay.
But yes, it's the light timing that I don't think, it certainly doesn't work for me.
Well.
And I'm with a bunch of other people who are in front of me, so it doesn't work for them either.
They can take the side roads when this construction happens. So maybe it'll be a free pass.
I get it.
Free pass for you going down Sunshine.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I should let everybody know when I'm coming.
Okay. Sound the alarm.
All right. We digress. Tonight, the Springfield City Council will vote on that proposed ordinance that we told you about a couple of weeks ago. It would allow police to have vehicles towed if the license plates are expired, if they're missing, or if the registration temporary tags are expired. You know, you've seen those temporary tags that go back to like 2021 or something.
Yeah.
Like, how are they driving? It's an attempt. It's an attempt to cut down on the large percentage of drivers without current registration that adds up to nearly $4 million in uncollected tax money.
Wow.
It's a lot. Like the percentage is almost 50%. It's shocking in Springfield. Critics, though, say this towing business would hurt people, because towing a person's vehicle would only perpetuate the negative financial situation that they are likely in if they haven't gotten their tags updated.
Yeah,
Well,
but
police, I'm with you. Police say that they're going to use it very sparingly. It's only for like repeat offenders, people who just flat out refuse to get their plates the way that they should, like the rest of us do.
yeah, I just got a new car, so I've got that temporary tag. So you just kind of forget once it's on there. You're like do 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 until
See how long you can
your
do
tags
it.
come on.
See how long you can keep it before you get a ticket.
I don't know if I want to try that.
Let's see if you get towed. I want to see. This is going to be our own experiment.
That's terrible. No, I don't want to get towed. No, that's
Brian will cover it.
Absolutely not. Okay, well, on to this. Missouri and Arkansas are 2 of 17 states suing the federal government over a Biden administration law requiring workplace accommodations for abortions. A judge has ruled that the states do have standing to continue the case. Republican attorney generals say the law intended to help pregnant families is incorrectly being used to force businesses to give time off for abortions. Pretty interesting.
Okay. So that's in the court system and will be there for a while because it's the judge kept it alive. Pope Francis, when you say Pope Francis fast, it can come out as Pap. But Pope Francis is he's struggling in critical condition now with double pneumonia and serious kidney issues. 88-year-old has been in the hospital since Valentine's Day. And yesterday, at least, was said to be alert and on oxygen therapy and took part in mass from his hospital bed. But it's a pretty serious situation for the Pope.
Oh, well, Godspeed to get better. Well, back here in the Ozarks, we are a long way from the record cold temperatures we experienced last week. Eden Village held a very timely fundraiser over the weekend called the Coldest Night of the Year Walk. Eden Village provides affordable housing for people who were homeless, and cold weather shelters worked hard to house the homeless during the cold snap. With the community partnership of the Ozarks, they opened a new building to help house people for the first time, and local churches helped donate supplies, including blankets and food and drinks and much more. So that's good.
Yeah, it was neat to see churches and community partnership and everybody kind of come together last week when we realized how cold it was going to be and how many people needed help. So that was neat to see. I think Eden Village is a great place doing good work. Absolutely. So they had a fundraiser. They were trying to raise, I think, $40,000. So hope they.
I wonder if they got there. I hope they did.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like that much money to raise compared to some of these other organizations that raise like, $800,000 in a night.
Yeah. Right.
But let's hope so.
It was a tough loss on a national stage for a local mixed martial arts fighter over the weekend. We told you about that fight that was going to happen. You could see it on ESPN Plus. Well, it happened. Julius Walker debuted on the big stage on Saturday at the UFC Seattle. I mean, this is a huge fight. His fight went the distance, so he went all 3 rounds, but he lost on a split decision by the judges, unfortunately. Excuse me.
Bummer. Darn.
He found out about that fight just 10 days ahead of it, but was ready to go. He had never fought in the UFC before, so good for him. He did really well. I heard some of the other fighters were congratulating him on doing such a good job with such short notice. Showed up from Springfield in Seattle and was ready to fight. So that's cool. Good for him. He's an up and comer for sure.
Okay. Eyes up.
And then the sports broadcasting landscape continues to change. And if you're a St. Louis sports fan, there have been a lot of issues trying to find your sports on TV in recent years with it was Bally's and then FanDuel and, where is it now? Fox Sports Midwest for a while. You don't have any idea where the games are. Well, now you have another option if you want to see Cardinals and Blues games. If you have Amazon Prime, you can add FanDuel Sports for $20 a month. So it's you don't like that part?
No.
Is that a good O or a bad O? Expensive O?
It's easy to find. People are familiar with Amazon Prime, but we don't want to pay for extra things. Can you just add it in there without? making us pay.
Well, I have YouTube Sports, and it just gets more expensive like every day, it seems. But it used to have Bally Sports, so I could watch the Cardinals there. And then they took it off Bally Sports or Fox Sports Midwest when it became Bally Sports, and then Bally Sports went under, and then it became FanDuel, which is it is now. So I don't know. It's all changing pretty rapidly. So, but if you have Amazon for $20 a month, you can add FanDuel, so you can watch Cardinals and Blues. And I would imagine that you don't have to like keep it year round. You can just pay the $20 for the months that you want. So in the spring, when the Cardinals have hope, you could watch a couple of months, and then when they derail, you can end it till the next year, till next spring.
Speaking of the Cardinals, it was so depressing. Spring training, they lost. I think they lost this weekend.
Well, yeah, it's going to happen.
It's just spring training, but it's still
it's just spring training, and they play a lot of games.
Not a good start.
Yeah. FanDuel going forward is creating an app, though, where you can subscribe for, again, $20 a month. That would give you access to Cardinals and Blues games as well. So you just watch it on the app, send it to your TV if that's what you want to do. But I don't know. They're trying to figure it out. We'll see what happens.
Oh, well. Well, did you have a good weekend? I hope you had a good weekend.
I had a restful weekend. Yeah, it was great. I didn't have to go do anything out of town, so it was nice.
Oh, that is nice. We saw Jerry Seinfeld the other night.
Oh,
that
was
pretty fun.
How was
he? Came to town.
Fairly funny?
I mean, I'll be honest. I thought I was going to laugh more,
really?
belly laugh, oh my goodness. I mean, he had several chuckle moments where I was just that's funny. The lady behind me, she was just cackling. I mean, she just was bah! And I didn't think it was that funny, but
okay.
I thought what was interesting that he did at the very end, though, was he did the encore, comes back out and it's like, hey, I'm going to leave. Just kidding. I came back out, and he took a couple audience questions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which I thought was really kind of neat. And
he did that the last time he was here and we went to see him. Was it Juanita K? Was that where it was?
Yeah, it was. He had
we
two
went to
shows.
See him there, and he asked, or he took audience questions, which is also always a difficult thing with Jerry Seinfeld, because if you don't ask a good enough question, he's going to make fun of you.
Oh, absolutely. And that happened, actually.
I'm sure that it
the
did.
Poor guy was like, oh, yeah, you should. Yeah.
He doesn't suffer fools lightly and doesn't give you much grace.
Right. For sure.
Was it all new material? Had you heard any of it before?
Boy, I don't get out much, Ethan, so it was all new to me.
You didn't go see him the last time?
No,
Okay.
No, but he was good.
Yeah, I imagine it was all new.
Yeah. I don't know if I would go see him again, but
did you love his show?
Who loved it. I mean, I loved Seinfeld.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a really well put together show.
All right, I just want to see what we're dealing with here.
Okay. I mean, but I'm not like a diehard. You know how there's diehard Friends fans, who just love the show Friends or love the show Seinfeld. I'm not that person at all. Okay. I liked it.
I don't live for it. All-time favorite show.
It is your all-time favorite show?
Seinfeld, yeah.
Oh.
Well, what else would there be?
Full House? You're laughing at me.
Is that your all-time favorite show for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it is.
Okay.
Not the new version, I just remember my
Yeah. Well, that was from your childhood, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my all-time favorite show now, but
I was too old for that to be part of my childhood.
Well, here we are with the age gap now.
So Seinfeld was it for me. And Cheers before that. Did you watch Cheers?
Goodness. Where everybody knows your name.
Yeah,
and
that's
how
right.
Old you are when you say that.
Cheers was great. I love Cheers. All right.
Well, happy Monday on that.
Yeah, happy Monday to you. We got another week going. Sarah gets back later this week, so maybe we'll see her. I don't know.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're great.
Please bring her back. I'm done with this.
I'm sure folks listening are sick of me, but
No. I'm sure you're sick of doing it with me.
Well,
I appreciate it. The audience appreciates it. So have a great day, and we'll see everybody back here on Tuesday.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is February 24th, and we are in a much better position starting this week than we were last week with all the extreme cold and the winter weather that we were dealing with. How about sunshine and 60s? It's going to be a fantastic start to the work week. I can't even believe how nice the weather is going to be. So my message to you today is that all the snowpack is probably going to be gone by the end of the day today after sunshine and temperatures in the 60s. And we have even warmer weather on deck for Tuesday. So it is a great way to start the week in the Ozarks. I know we had all those fun snow days last week. Everybody got a little stir crazy. We're ready to get back out. And this week is going to allow for that. I have above normal temperatures in the forecast each and every day. It's going to be beautiful. In fact, overnight lows not even falling into the low 30s. So we'll stay above the freezing point in some areas, even during the overnight hours. This morning, we're waking up either side of that freezing point, but we've got a clear sky, and that will allow for sunshine to take over all day long today. High temperature of 60 here in Springfield. It is going to be absolutely beautiful. We've got a southwest wind, 5 to maybe 15 miles an hour, so a bit breezy, but those winds are out of the south. And that's one of the reasons our temperatures are going to have this nice boost today. It gets even warmer. Overnight, we stay above freezing, 36 for the low temperature tonight. We will then see numbers maybe in the upper 60s tomorrow. I have 66 for the forecast in Springfield on Tuesday. It is going to be fantastic. So enjoy. That's my message to you as we begin the new week. We needed this break from the awful winter weather that we had around last week. And it's much of the country that's seeing this nice warm up in the Midwest. The northern tier of the country dealing with a whole lot of wintry weather still. And down south, we've got rainfall along the Gulf and for much of Florida. So we are seeing some active weather elsewhere, but it's just not happening for us, or at least early this week. I mentioned that we may melt off all the snowpack by the end of the day today. It'll only be left on the north side of the house and some of the shadows. And then I think tomorrow we get rid of it completely. It will be muddy for a few days. It's that time of the year. I know we're dealing with it. We've got the snow that's melting. The ground was saturated, and it's just going to be mud for a couple of days. So if you're letting the dogs out, you might want to plan for that this morning. Got to wipe the paws before you let them back in. I know I've been doing a lot of paw wiping with all this snowpack and now mud that is out. We have a weak frontal boundary that's going to be moving through the Ozarks. That happens by Wednesday. And yes, it brings a chance for rain. It's not a great one. I think a lot of folks stay dry on Wednesday, and there will still be mild temperatures. A slight cool down is what's in my forecast as we head through the late parts of the week. But still, even temperatures on Wednesday and Thursday with that frontal boundary, I still think we're making it to near 60 degrees, and upper 50s are still in the forecast for Thursday behind the front. So we still get plenty of sunshine each and every day, well above average though, and the warmest day of the week arrives tomorrow. That happens on Tuesday in the Ozarks. So tomorrow is the pick day of the week for sure. Around the country, what are we talking about? Rounds of wet and gusty weather for New York and Boston. That's what they're waking up to start the new week. Not so pleasant there. Along the northern plains, it is going to be a wet and windy forecast for our friends up north, the Pacific Northwest, starting to see activity settle down a little bit. And then we've got these much warmer conditions for much of the Midwest. We are getting in on that here in the Ozarks. So we are thankful to be in a part of the country that is seeing the nicer weather for a change. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. Here's the question that I have for you. What is the quirky name for a sudden rainstorm in America? Do you think it is A, cloud hospital, B, gully washer, C, water raid, or D, a drip bomb? Well, many of you may have heard of this one, but it's not used everywhere in America. But B, gully washer, is the correct answer, and it's a regional term used in the Midwest and the West. It is a dialectal term that entered the English language in the early 20th century. In short, it means a heavy rainstorm, and it may also refer to a ride at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, or a stormwater filtration system. We know it as a gully washer, a brief, heavy rainstorm. Other types of words that are also used in parts of the country to describe this type of rain would be a downpour, a cloudburst. Some of my favorites here, A turtle floater. I have actually not heard that one before. I'm not sure I would use that in broadcast. A turtle floater. A duck drowner. Don't like that one either. Or a toad strangler. I have heard toad strangler. I don't know. I think gully washer is my pick out of those. Turtle floater. I'll have to remember that next time. No turtle floaters in our forecast, that's for sure. All right, here is the quiz question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Where is the windiest place on Earth? Do you think that's in A, Antarctica, B, New Zealand, C, Oklahoma, or D, New Hampshire? The windiest place on Earth. Where do you think that is? You can head on over to the website to enter our trivia quiz question contest. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Taylor Grubaugh, Chevrolet, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. I sure appreciate you starting your new work week with me. And I hope you have a great one. We have a great way to start it. Grab the sunglasses. You don't need all of the thick parkas today. High temperature of 60 degrees, loads of sunshine and a south wind. Enjoy. And I will talk to you again tomorrow morning.